Hello and welcome to the UpUntil YouTube channel. Today I am sitting in my studio and I have some thoughts. I have some feelings. I have some opinions on some certain things that I'm going to share with you. I was featured on RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16. I am a drag queen / elf lady. Welcome back. Welcome back. Or welcome. Welcome. You know what I will say is yes. You know what? Yes. I was someone who was featured prominently on RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16. I'm making a video about RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16. Well, yes! Now, does that mean that you, kind viewer, cannot watch this video if you've not seen RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16? No. Maybe. Anyway, as you may be able to tell from the title of this video, I am going to be tier listing the main challenges of season 16. All right, so let's go over some criteria of what that means. RuPaul's Drag Race has existed for a very long time. There have been many iterations of many different types of challenges, and today I wanted to dive into not just, you know, if I enjoyed doing a challenge or did I think the top was deserved, but really get into if it's a good challenge. Because there have been a lot of challenges on Drag Race that are great, very fun to watch, very fun to participate in. However, there have also been a lot of challenges on Drag Race that kind of fucking suck. You know, it just gives, how did they come up with that and why? And perhaps even who? Or maybe what? Let me just read through what the tier options are that we have here today, all right? So down at the bottom, we have Mama Kudos for making a shitty challenge, for flopping. Right above that, we have neither pleasant nor fun. Above that, like, sure, I guess. It's the middle ranking. You know, it's like, sure, I guess. Right above that, we have they were probably high, non-derogatory, which is a very important distinction because they were probably high could mean a bad thing. It could mean, you know, what the fuck is this? Crazy nonsense. I don't think that. I think that the process of getting stoned, baloned, maybe even blazed blackout, bazooka dinged, cooked, if you will, is a process for opening the third eye. You know, it allows you to connect to a deeper level of yourself and your psyche. And that's what I think these people were doing when they were making these challenges. And then, of course, the top tier above that, we have S tier. Because I like to keep it simple. Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, here we have our tier list, all right? The items, and we have a stupid little who's going to talk about how she feels about these items. Opinions listed here are my own. They do not represent World of Wonder. They do not represent UpUntil Dawn LLC or its constituents. In World of Wonder, if you have a problem with this video, please don't sue me. Okay. Where do we even begin with this tier list? Oh, probably at episode 1. Idiot. We're going to start off our discussion with the MTV Spring Break talent show from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16, episode 1. Breaking this down as a challenge, okay? Let's talk about the talent show on Drag Race. The talent show is something that has been on Drag Race for many years at this point, and it started out as a All-Stars episode 1 entity, right? Like All-Stars 2, 3, 4, 5... I think 6, all featured a talent show in the very first episode. And this was something that wasn't brought into the main series of Drag Race until season 14. I really enjoyed the way that Drag Race does not fundamentally change the format of the show, right? It's pretty much the same thing every season. However, they're able to breathe new life into the series very often just by rearranging the order of challenges. I think that the talent show is the way that they've done that. It almost is like the talent show used to be this inauguration for All-Stars, like this high caliber, like, oh, you're doing a talent show because you're on All Stars, and then they bring it into the main season. It's just this kind of way of like raising the bar, you know? Clean slate. Who are you? What are you gonna do? And you get to prepare it at home, right? And so I think that it's a really great way for them to show who they are. It's something that's been going on for a while. I will say we're in like year 3 of this happening at the beginning, so it's like just the teensiest bit stale, maybe. As for the theming, I don't think I give a fuck about MTV Spring Break. I was born in 1998. I don't know what that is. And so because it's just a staple Drag Race challenge, it doesn't really feature anything special except for Mirage. I'm going to put the MTV Spring Break Talent Show in, like, sure, I guess. Now, moving on to the Queen Choice Awards, episode 2, okay? This is a different ballgame, and I'm inclined to put it in the last slot simply because it features Burger Finger. Oh, that burger grease is dripping down. Okay. I'm a Burger Finger truther.
You look a fool. You look a fool. Doo-doo clown.
Sorry, that completely derailed my train of thought. This is exactly the same as the other challenge, so you think I'd be inclined to put it in the same spot. However, because I actually know what the Teen Choice Awards are, I think I'm going to put this one in They Were Probably High. You know, it's like MTV Spring Break Talent Show. Like, that's just, it's lame. Whereas Queen Choice Awards, like, that's a fun. Oh my God. All right, moving on to episode 3, we're going to get into the mother of all balls. You know, like I said, I'm trying to keep, like, my own personal bias out of this in terms of, like, experiencing it on the show. Just, like, purely from a constructional, the way that the challenge was conceived viewpoint. You know, I want to be impartial here. I hated this challenge. The ball itself is a top-tier Drag Race challenge. 3 looks, 2 brought from home, 1 made in the workroom. It's a perfect way to show, like, what is your drag caliber at home? What are you able to do on a dime? That alone puts it at least into They Were Probably High. And like I said, I love that they moved it to the beginning of the season a few years ago because it is such a lovely way to get to know all the queens. I think we might be the first season where it was literally like the very first elimination, which is sickening because it means everyone got to participate. I think maybe I wish they did 2 balls throughout the season because there was a grandness to it that matches the semifinal of Drag Race, right? That like a Rusic, a Makeover, or an acting challenge just like don't really have. However, the mother of all balls specifically can suck my ass. They're stupid runways. They're all references to other people. It doesn't feel like it offers a great opportunity for queens to show who they are, right? The significant mother portion, like you have to literally reference and dress like costume as a different person. That's kind of why I loved Nymphia's runway so much, was because it felt like she was doing J-Lo, but like she was not doing J-Lo. Was that J-Lo? I think it was J-Lo. Anyway, obviously Nymphia made one of the best things that's ever been seen on this show, but that's not what this is about. This is about what the challenge is and why it was conceived. And I personally don't like balls that aren't like unconventional material challenges. And because we were given like pieces of garments that were like already sewn, I feel like it's kind of lame. So I'm gonna put it in like sure, I guess. I might even bump it to neither pleasant nor fun. No, it was pleasant. It was kind of fun. Okay. We're gonna move on. All right. Moving on to episode 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race season 16, we have RDR Live. Boots. All right, so moving on to episode 5. Moving into episode 5 of RuPaul's Drag Race season 16, we have what I have. Well, let me not get my bias in here. I love this challenge. Hold on. I love this challenge. The girl group. The girl group challenge is something that has also become a staple of Drag Race. I think they started doing it regularly back in season 9. The first one was Riju Rochu, but the first one on a main season was season 9. Shea Coulee, look at the edges I snatched today.
Look at the edges I snatched today. I see you watching how I sashay and the other girls best get out of my way, cause I wanted to get it and get my thing here and did it. And girl, I'm ready to show them how these bitches I own them. Got that supermodel switch. This Coulee, she a real bad bitch.
That was history. But get this, okay? So we've been doing the girl group challenges for a really long time. And so because of that, I'm inclined to put it lower on the list, right? Because it's just a girl group challenge, you know? Like, just cut, dry, standard, song, go, right? I will say, girl groups are actually another example of a challenge that has been moved from the end of a season to the beginning. I think in season 12, it got moved to the beginning. For that, I'm grateful. If I didn't get to do a girl group challenge on Drag Race, I would have Here's where we're gonna put this challenge, okay? And I'll tell you why, okay? The last time that there has been like a girl group challenge at the beginning of a season, or early in a season was season 13. The retro girl group from season 14 was not my tea. The old lady one from season 15 was fucking horrible. And so for them to return to form here and give like a girl group earlier on, you each get a RuPaul song, and then you each get to write lyrics to that RuPaul song. The category is be not be an old lady, not be retro. The category is be So this return to form has put the girl group challenge at S tier for me. Now we move into a very interesting choice in terms of like the challenge distribution on season 16. And it doesn't become interesting until later. Like when you're watching the season, you get to episode 6 and we get to the Welcome to the Dollhouse challenge, which I did not know it was called until it aired. We just called it fucking dolls. Any fucking design challenge is almost always gonna go into like, sure, I guess. Cause it's just like a normal Drag Race challenge. It's like a good one. I'd maybe even put in like they were high because like, it's like design challenges are always goated, like they're fun. But what makes this one special is that there are so many different elements to it. It's like a branding challenge and a design challenge and a script writing like comedy challenge a little bit too, because you have to create a character that fits within the brand of your drag and then write the little like Mad Lib thing to read over it. If your outfit sucks, you're in the bottom. If your ad lib sucks, you're in the bottom. Or if your branding sucks, you're in the bottom. So that's 3 different things when a design challenge is usually like 1. And so I love this challenge. I think it was so smart of the producers. It was so smart of the writers. The only thing that I could see going wrong is if there were a queen who like hypothetically got critiqued or challenged on her branding like the episode before, but that's a long shot. Like that would never happen. And if it did, like that would be kind of crazy. RuPaul's Drag Race. Wow, 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 wow. Here's where we're at. Episode 7 of RuPaul's Drag Race is kindly, lovingly, joyously, gorgeously known as the sound of Rusic. It is the Rusical challenge. I think it's interesting because the Rusical can happen late, can happen early, can happen in the middle. We're kind of like middle ground here. A Rusical that happens too early is just like someone is bound to just get lost in the crosshairs. I think Rusicals are always strongest when every single person participating. Oh my God. I think Rusicals are just simply the strongest when every single person has an opportunity to shine, like they have their own number. Like think the Madonna one, the Cher one, even this like Rosemary's Baby on All Stars 9. There were certain parts in our Rusical that just did not have individual moments. And that's, you know, it's not rigged. It's not anything like that. It's just a bummer, I think. So for that, I think I'll put it in like there. However, well, this is where I get, so here's the thing about the Rusical that I think it deserves its flowers for, no pun intended, because the flower runway was that day. The songs are so fucking good. The songs are so good. The songs are so good. The songs are so good. Oh, the songs are so good. The songs were so good. So I'm going to rearrange this a little bit just so that it more properly reflects, so that then if you read left to right, it's descending order. So let's talk about Snatch Game. I think that there is perhaps something going on in the Drag Race fandom right now in regards to Snatch Game. And that thing that's going on is that Snatch Game is just always bad. Like the past couple seasons, it just has not been good. Obviously there's like standouts. Like I thought Plains Yelena was hilarious. James Brown was so good. No, it's just like Snatch Game is not what it used to be. And it has not changed at all, which I like. I just feel like it's never as good as it used to be, my performance included. Trust I am not absolved of this. Like, here's what it is. It's a cultural problem, okay? And that cultural problem is that drag has changed very fundamentally since Drag Race started. And that's that drag used to be a kind of centered around, like, impersonation, female impersonation, character impersonation, celebrity impersonation. And that's just, like, people that are starting drag now and doing drag now, like, don't care about that. Impersonating other people is not like what most drag queens do anymore. Not to say that those that don't shouldn't. Like, I think that it's an incredibly important aspect of drag history and drag culture to do impersonations like that. However, I just think that most queens don't anymore, and so they're not any good at it. Maybe the Drag Race producers could like make more effort to cast more people who do impressions, but I think that it would be hard to fill up a 14-person cast with people who are good at impressions, honestly, because I don't think many people do them anymore. And maybe I could be wrong. You know, sound off in comments if I'm saying some stupid shit right now, but I just don't think that I just don't think it is what it is. What used to be anymore. And for that reason, I don't think we need to kill Snatch Game. I don't think that it should not happen anymore. I don't know. But I'm going to put it neither pleasant nor fun because something's up. Something's wrong. Something's going on in the ether with the Snatch. Episode 9. I love when you can tell that the producers are trying to be topical because it's called See You Next Wednesday, which is a show that aired last year. Like, Wednesday didn't matter anymore by the time that this aired, but like, you know, whatever, it's cute. Same with the mother ball. It's like, oh, I wonder why they did that. It's because everyone says mother now. It's like, oh, mother. It's like the mother ball. Anyway, goth design challenge, okay? Now, this is what I'm talking about, right? Because they duped you. They had you fooled. Episode 6, you said, oh, end of design challenges. We got another. We got a fucking another. All you bitches that can't sew. You thought you got away, but you didn't. It's like, do you think there's that? You think plasma? You think you did it? You think it's done? No, there's another. Ooh, ooh, bitch, there's another. Ooh, you thought you were gonna get away. You thought you were gonna get away. No, little theater bitch, we got your ass. Obviously, I do so I love this challenge. However, unbiasedly speaking, from the perspective of an audience member, okay, I believe that design challenges are good. Design challenges are fun. I've already talked about 2 of them and why they're good and fun. It puts all of the creative power into the queens. It is purely up to them. And I personally believe, similar to impersonation, I'm going to ding myself points here, okay? I should be better at them. I think sewing is an integral skill to have as a drag queen. I think that it's almost like a rite of passage. Like, you have to know how to make yourself shit. Granted, the time frame on Drag Race is a little different. You know, like a good seamstress will flop in a sewing challenge because there's no time. But I just think sewing challenges are the GOAT. What I love about this challenge is that it is the first time, I think, since season 3 of Drag Race that there have been 3 sewing challenges in one season. No, I love this challenge. I'm gonna put it into S tier because I like sewing challenges and I like this one specifically. Like, I think goth is kind of fun. However, I'm gonna put it at the back of S tier. The only thing I'll ding it for is that the people that created it should have known that black fabric, which was the task, does not show up well on camera, and they should have known this. It washes out the details. You can't see shit, okay? I didn't know that. I've never been on fucking TV. Also, I'm looking at this picture of myself, and I just did so good. I'm so proud of myself. The next challenge that we have on here is the power lip sync verse writing challenge from episode 10.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
This one's interesting, okay? In case you aren't aware, multiples of 4 on Drag Race seasons, so season 4, 8, 12, and 16, always have a political challenge. In season 4, it was the debate. What's that iconic Latrice line?
I have lots of friends already.
Why is Fifi O'Hara doing this character?
And like when we used to play Spot That Russian across from like my backyard, or
Is that Dita Ritz?
we used to go cow tipping and drag.
What is she doing?
I'm scared for her. Yellow.
Was this the top 5 challenge? Oh, wow. Chad also looks crazy.
Bam.
Here it is.
Ugly. Can you give us an example of a time when you made peace with someone you didn't see eye to eye with?
About 5 minutes ago, I looked across at Miss O'Hara and realized that she was ugly.
Ooh.
And I'm at peace with that.
That is so sickening. Anyway, the debate challenge on season 4. What they do in season 8? Those stupid commercials where Bob and Derek won. In season 12, they did another debate. Oh God, look over there. Anyway, and so on our season, this is the political challenge, right? And I think that it's cool to like add this level of flavor, right? Because drag on television is really fun when it's a spectacle. And so I think making it like a dance, like verse writing challenge is fun. Writing verses about voting is like, it can get corny, which it did. However, usually these challenges are very funny and they offer very comedic moments. And I think that one of the problems with all of the challenges on season 16 is that it was lacking in comedy, or like good comedy challenges. It just like it makes the season a little off balance. For that, I'm gonna put it in like sure, I guess. However, I'm gonna put it up here in like sure, I guess. Top spot in like sure. And that's because I like the challenge. I think that it's a new type of verse writing. I like when people have to write verses about things that aren't just being not when it's about being an old fucking lady. But when they have to write verses about something that's like not just I'm so fiercely slay, whatever. Like, yeah, writing a verse about voting is like really corny. However, there's no however, it's just corny, but it's fun. Moving on to the parts of this season I don't want to talk about, but I'm going to. Should I stand for this next part? I'll talk into the mirror for this next part. Episode 11 is the Corporate Queens Challenge. And here's the thing about the Corporate Queens Challenge, that it's a great idea. Great idea. Hold on, I'm tired of standing. This challenge is brand new. They've never done this challenge on Drag Race before. They've done like group comedy numbers. They've done roasts. They've done stand-up. Like they've done challenges where you're on stage and you have to be funny. They've never done a challenge where you're on stage and you have to give a presentation. We kind of, because why the fuck would you? But like, I don't know who came up with this, but I'm into it. You know, like go for it, diva. Talk your shit, girl. Do it. I think it's interesting. I think it's creative. Obviously, it didn't go that well for me, but I think that it offers a lot of opportunity for like new types of jokes that haven't really been seen like on Drag Race proper yet. And trust, there have been so many jokes that have been seen way too many times on Drag Race proper. They knew we're on season 16. We can't just like do a roast. Well, they could. I wish they had. But I think that this is more creative than a roast, and I think it adds a little bit of flavor to the season, and I like that. I'm going to put it in, they were probably high. Probably high boots. Even higher than, no, probably after the Rusical, because the songs are so good. So the first thing I'll say about this challenge is that it feels odd to be working in groups this late into the season. What I love about this challenge is that when it was first, like this format, what I love about this format of challenge is that when it was first introduced in season 4 of All Stars as the nightclub challenge, Club 96, obviously, it made so much sense. It was perfect. It was a brand new challenge. It offered so much flavor to the season, to the series, to the like array of challenges that they had. And I think it was so fun. Like, it was just really fun to watch them do this. And it made sense. It's like drag queens making a nightclub. Like, duh. You know, like, why wouldn't they be doing that? However, my problem with it, aside from the obvious, is that as it keeps going, it becomes more and more obscure. So it's like, okay, the drag queens making a nightclub makes sense. Now, why exactly are they making an Airbnb? All Stars 5. And why, please tell me, are they making a bathroom? Because I promise you, drag queens making a bathroom, the things that drag queens do in bathrooms are not for television. Is it snowing in here? I just don't really get it. I just don't. I just think they were probably high derogatory when that happened. So I'm just going to put that in. I'm going to put that in Mama Kudos for making a shitty challenge for flopping. We are now moving into the very, very uncharted territory of challenges on Drag Race that I did not get to participate in. Be rest assured, there is no bias coming from me here. Oh, you know what's sickening, actually, is that this is super biased. It's fine. Episode 13 of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16 features the Makeover Challenge. I love the Makeover Challenge. Once again, I think it's one of those things that tests an aspect of a drag queen's capabilities that is paramount, no pun intended, to being a successful working drag queen. You have to be able to do your makeup. I love the Makeover Challenge. The Makeover Challenge is a staple. the Makeover challenge is perfect. I think adding an extra layer of making it dancers and then having to choreograph a little dance is really fun. And watching the episode, it just felt more lively when they did all those little like duet dances. Like, I loved every single person's dances. Plain and Lazy Susan was so good. Like, even Q, them doing the like it was so cute. It was so cute. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Really great. Really, really cute and refreshing way to evolve a challenge that has existed for years. Yeah, great. No notes. We are now moving into the final episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16, which features a challenge called Booked and Blessed, okay? And let's talk about it, okay? Because this challenge, it is of a variety that does not happen often on the show, and it is of a variety that I quite enjoy. This one is really great as a fan, as a viewer of the show. And not because the challenge is like particularly interesting, honestly. Like, there's no spectacle. It's not like there's a performance. However, what it does is it allows the viewers and the fans at home to get to know Ed Queen more personally. And there's few challenges on the show that are kind of like introspection challenges. Like, the premise of this challenge, the structure of it is just be yourself and be authentic. It's like an authenticity challenge. Who are you? How can you talk to people? How do you present yourself? And how are you able to show the sides of you that you haven't seen before? And are you good at it? Like, it's important. It's an important challenge for someone who wants to be America's Next Drag Superstar, right? Like, you have to be able to carry yourself and explain yourself. So it makes sense that Nymphia won the challenge, but once again, not the point of this tier list. I think for a semi-final challenge, it's perfect because it's something that you can't have it too early on because there's not enough time in the episode to really have these authentic moments with all these queens. But if you only have 4 left, it's like there's plenty of time, you know? I love it. I'm gonna put this one in. They were probably high. No, I'm gonna put this one S tier. Maybe there. Yeah, there. With that, it seems as though we have tier listed every single challenge on season 16. This makes sense to me in my brain, probably because I made it. I do think it's funny that I was trying to be unbiased. However, this does lightly align with like my performance in the challenges. I don't know. Maybe the toilet should be higher, but I'm not moving it. I don't give a fuck. If you're liking this content, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm not just gonna ask you to do that for no reason, you know? Like, if you don't want to, then don't. But if you've made it this long in the video, I would hope that maybe you've liked the content enough to give me a little engagement. Give me a ring, baby. And just for you, because you made it so long, I'm actually going to make a new tier list, a little speed run, if you will, of the mini challenges from Drag Race season 16. The porch scene, I'm gonna put as S tier because I did a really good job and that's the only reason I'm putting it there. The episode 2 mini challenge, the SheMV, like, sure, I guess. It's just like a photo shoot. I don't know. It didn't really make sense to me. Like, why are they at a DMV? I don't know. This book bullshit, I'm gonna put in S tier just because it foreshadowed the last challenge on the season, and I love that shit. I think it's so fun. The flamenco I hated. The reading challenge is always gonna be great. The reading challenge is always great. I love the reading challenge. The spit cam. This one, the little like quizzy quiz thing was my fave. I love that. That's so fun to like make us like say things about each other. Like, it's just so cute and silly. I ran into Tammy Faye. Not that great, and I also hated that one. So yeah, there's my tier list of the mini challenges. Here is my tier list of the main challenges. If you disagree or don't like any of my opinions, comment about it. Write me a note on Twitter, on Instagram even, because I promise you I don't care. Clock back in next week to the UpUntil YouTube channel. Catch my weekly Twitch streams on Tuesdays. Clock the Instagram for details and schedules. All right. Bye. I'm tired.
Mike. Leave him in my guts like Tina did. I'm sickening, no, and real fierce too. Chicago in the house, girl, what you gonna do? About to shut it down. I'm a mama brew, bring the queen her crown. I approve this message and all I'm gonna say is I'm shake Kool-Aid and I always.
History.